Pisces, it's time for your January 2019 reading, and we're going to use the Angel Tarot deck. We're also going to use several Archangel Oracle decks, and we're going to just see what messages come out for you, what your guides are wanting you to focus on in the month ahead, what is unfolding. Let's see, for Pisces, what is happening? Wow. Okay, so there's going to be a big decision that has been delayed for quite a while, Pisces. Yeah, this is a decision that you or someone else has been procrastinating on. You have a ton of air swords cards here, which is talking about mental energy. So there is a lot of clarity and thank you. That was beautiful. I wasn't clear on the card, and a lot of cards were trying to come out, and I was just asking for one more card, and I don't know if you could see how it just flipped right out for me. That was beautiful. Thank you for that help, Spirit. So first we have that decision. This is you or someone else needing to finally make a decision about something. There has been a stalemate. There has been a lot of denial, a lot of like, you know, oh no, this is not a problem, and yes it is, okay? Because now you're coming into someone, either you or this other person, is really coming into the confidence that needed to speak their truth, to speak their mind. And I'm actually getting, you know, in my energy, like more assertive with my voice. You know, it's like, it's time to speak the truth. It's time to say what needs to be said. And it's time to end this difficult situation. This is very clear. And this is happening. You know, I'm getting this clarity, this conversation, this thing that needs to happen. It's happening this month. I'm getting in the within the first 3 weeks of the month. Could be, you know, sooner, but definitely within the first 3 weeks of January. This situation that has been just hanging around, feeling difficult, is coming to a conclusion. And whoever is needing to speak their truth, if this is you or the other person, it's going to be much easier than, you know, you feared. You know, it's going to be, it's going to feel very supported, very natural. It's going to be, you know, like, okay, I'm ready to speak this. And then it will bring resolution. And it'll be a real relief, I'm getting. It will be a real relief, because it'll be like, oh, okay, that's done. And then you're moving into the Ace of Earth. This is a beautiful physical new beginning and manifestation in a big way. You know, what I'm getting here is that this action that's taken, you know, in accordance with this truth, with this clarity, is going to be rewarded. You know, when you take this action in alignment with what you know to be your truth, you will be rewarded in a big way in the physical. So you will get a huge confirmation. You know, whether it's in the form of financial sustenance, or whether it's just like some wonderful thing that comes to you, some wonderful new door opening that you just would not have been able to predict. That's coming in. Definitely by the end of the month. Getting there. And then, beautiful. So the card that came flying out was Archangel Michael, the Emperor. And Pisces, this is about you coming into leadership. I'm really getting this King of Air to be you. It's like you are speaking your truth, coming into command within yourself, and moving toward this, you know, this beautiful new life, this new beginning, because you've ended this pain. And here you have a 4, which is about abundance and joy and home and harmony. That's what you're moving toward, because you've taken this very commanding action in alignment with what you know to be true for you. And, you know, in this command, in this power, you are going to receive this huge confirmation that that was what was right. Okay. Okay. So I'm getting the beginning part of the month, really the first 2/3 of the month is going to be about you getting ready to, speak this truth. And then you are going to do that. Things will be, the air will be cleared, and the pain, that cycle of pain, that old difficulty will come to an end. Okay? So just a little more clarification about... No? Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to come back to that deck, but right now we're going to move on to Archangel Michael guidance for Pisces. Archangel Michael guidance for Pisces. Okay. Ooh, let go of fear now. Yeah. So you had so many swords in that spread, so much around mental clarity and truth. And this is about you choosing truth, choosing to move forward in faith, in love, choosing that over fear. Here his third eye is illuminated. He can see the truth beyond, what the senses would show. And then being able to move forward in that powerfully by letting go of fear. He is the guide to call in when you are moving away from fear, when you are needing strength to shift out of fear. Call in Archangel Michael, because he cuts away that fear. He will help give you strength to move forward and do what you need to do. This is the Archangel Gabriel message for Pisces. Oh, I need help again with the card. That was a few too many. Archangel Gabriel for Pisces. There's two. Ooh. Oh, perfectionism and vulnerability. Also express your inner truth. Again, express your truth. So this perfectionism may be what has been limiting up to this point. You know how there's been the procrastination, there's been the reluctance, the denial around making this decision. That's because it's like, well, everything hasn't been perfect. Everything hasn't been just how it needs to be. But it's time to release that, because that's about the mind wanting to control it. And you're moving into the direction of your heart. Vulnerability, following your feelings. Following your heart, your feelings into what's right for you. That's what you're doing now. Okay, you're going to do that beautifully in January, Pisces. Okay, it's about moving into your heart, thinking with your heart, and turning down your mind, turning up your heart as you move forward. This is Archangel Raphael's guidance for Pisces. Have faith. Thank you for boosting my faith so that I may trust in miracles. Yeah. Pisces, so there's been a lot around that decision making, that, what you know to be true, coming into that clarity, and that moving forward in truth. You have to do that in faith. You have to do that knowing, because the mind is going to come up with a million reasons why it's, or someone else may reflect that and come up with a million reasons why it's not a good idea for you to move forward. It's not a good idea for you to make this decision. It doesn't have to be a good idea, because you're moving forward in faith. You're moving forward in what you're being guided is right for you, is in your highest and greatest good. Not in what the mind wants. The mind has no interest in our highest and greatest good. I can promise you that. The mind only has interest in survival and in staying away from scary situations. And none of that has anything to do with our highest and greatest good, right? Okay, this is your love message for Pisces. So turn down the mind, turn up the heart. Like a radio dial. Just picture it like that. Okay, Pisces, you have romantic feelings. So you have a lot about following your heart. You have a lot about following your heart. And having faith in where your heart is leading you. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay. So there's been a lot in your, in the past about the mind, about analyzing things. Does this make sense? Is this the right decision? It's time to follow your heart, especially where it has to do with you, your love life. That does not need to make sense. That just needs to feel right to your heart. And your guides will divinely lead you. Will divinely work everything out if you're following your heart. That may sound trite, but it is absolutely true, and that's why you're being guided to have faith. That's That's what faith is all about. And if you really need to, have it be more, a little less la la la, then it's about staying out of fear. It's about staying out of fear. And the only way to stay out of fear, and fear is entirely of the mind, is to be in faith. Because faith and fear cannot exist in the same place. You cannot be in both faith and fear at the same time. So the quickest way to shift out of fear is to move into faith. Okay, and the quickest way to do that in the moment, if you feel like you're being in a fearful place, in a mentally trapped place, is to just tune in that moment and say, what feels good to me now? What is most loving to me in this moment? And do that. And it is not loving to yourself to be having, worried and anxious and troubled thoughts. That's not being loving to yourself. But shifting into what is loving for me in this moment. The other quickest way to shift into faith is to just stop and tell God, I am struggling with my mind. I'm struggling with fear. I'm struggling with worry. Please take this from me. Please help me release this. And please fill me with more faith. Just ask it out loud. Those two things will help, every time, if you really, really do them with full dedication to that. Okay, clairvoyance. This is your archangel guidance, Archangel Raziel. I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. Your spiritual sight. Faith, not fear. And you are receiving help, just like I just said. You ask for help. So it's like, how do I get out of fear and into faith? I don't know how to do that. You ask. You're being helped. So your spiritual sight is being awakened so you can clearly see love. So you can clearly shift out of fear. Beautifully. Beautiful. So you ask for that help. And then we're coming back to the angel deck for the overall energy for the month of January for Pisces. Thank you. The overall energy. 8 of Earth. Beautiful. Focus on one step at a time. Focus on one step at a time. Allow yourself to be a student of the divine. Allow yourself to be open like a student. Okay, just show me what to do. And I'm getting so much of that for you, Pisces. It's about asking for that help. It's about asking, please just show me. Show me the next step. And then just focusing on that. And really eliminating the worry, the fear from your thoughts. Because you're focusing only on what there is to do. One step at a time in front of you. Okay? As you move away from this old pain, as you do that 10 of Swords, as you end those old cycles of pain, as you move into this new clarity, as you move into this new vulnerability and this heart-led way of being, shifting into your heart. Yep. Moving more into faith. This is a big message for you, Pisces, this month. One step at a time. Okay? You're doing beautifully. I hope you'll let me know how this resonates. And we'll talk again soon. Have a great month.